Hello, how you doing? Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I've got a meeting in about an hour and I'm trying to help some Nigerians out, which is quite cool because Nigerians have often been scamming other people. But anyway, there's a guy, which I can't remember his name was, but I'm preparing for the meeting and it's going to be, I don't know how to say it, a little bit chaotic. And I don't know who's going to turn up. But I do know that there's a lot of people that invested with this Nigerian guy, and somehow, is it $87 million has gone missing, and he's blaming somebody else for it. Anyway, everyone's up in arms, and a friend of mine reached out to me by the name of Suzanne, otherwise known as Anne, and she asked me this morning if I'd do something about it. And I said, yeah, fine. So we're going to do a Zoom meeting. We're going to invite people that have been scammed along into it. I've got about 20 questions that I'm going to ask the people, and I'm just going to see how they feel, what they think they can do about it. And to be honest, I don't really know much about the person, but I had gone crazy today and I think I've done 7 shorts on the guy. It's going to be a live Zoom meeting where people can come in, anybody can come in, all the links will be underneath. Now this isn't the video for that, but because there's quite a bit of tech involved, I thought I'd do a bit of a pre-rehearsal. So I've got about 45 minutes, and I thought a good way to do a rehearsal is to actually play a video. And Rob has just dropped one called We Are All Satoshi, Amazing Returns, Profit Strategies, Ponzi Comparisons, and Get-Rich-Quick Schemes. Now, he's found out that We Are All Satoshi has actually made a claim that they can double people's money every day. That's what they said. I watched some of it, and I thought, this is really good. And then Rob said, this is one of his best videos ever. And it's a series of 3 videos. So he's gone crazy because about a week ago, Rob said he wasn't going to do any more videos. I went, oh, you're sure? And he did the very next day. And then he forgot to press record. So that counts. Anyway, what I want to do is I'm going to flip screens and you can see this is Rob's video. Now, I'm going to get interrupted along the way. I will keep the sound going. And also Rob's going to, hopefully, he hasn't confirmed it yet, join me in the next live that we're going to do in about 45 minutes. So I'm going to be doing 2 lives today and I just want to set up the tech. And in the meantime, let's listen to Rob's video. Now that Rob's video is on the homepage of my YouTube channel. Also, I've put the link in the description under this live so you can go and see the real video and make sure you do like his video. He's building up his subscribers. I want to get him to 1,000 in the next 2 months and we need your help to do so. So Rob has provided me a world of information, not information, but he's helped me a lot with my speaking career. We banter a lot together and we're helping build each other's YouTube channels. Now, when you get over 1,000 YouTube channels, it makes you feel good. And to be honest, you can also monetize your YouTube channel, which is nice to get a little bit of return. So at the moment, I've done about 500 videos and I spend 70 or 80 hours a week working my YouTube channel and I get about $80 a week. So one day I might hit stardom and hit the big time. So, but at the moment, it doesn't really pay the bills. So my motive isn't to make a lot of money out of my YouTube channel, but it really is to name and shame and expose people who are running Ponzi schemes or scams. But if I get a little bit of money along the way, then perhaps I can do this for a living and I can do this as a full-time job because I know I've made a massive impact. Without even a word of a lie, I think I've saved the community probably about $10 million worth of investments. Even if I were politely saying, I know I've saved more people and helped more people from getting involved in Ponzi schemes because of my videos. So I'm saving money, but my return at the moment is about $80 a week. So anything that you can do to help out is much appreciated. You can become a subscriber of my YouTube channel as well. It costs you $1 a month. That's all I'm asking. So I'm not going to get rich on my YouTube channel, but I do appreciate the support. If you've got no money, that's fine. You can like the video, you can provide a comment, you can share my videos on places where you think you can help people. All right, so let's get started. Let's listen to Rob's video, and hopefully Rob will pop into the Zoom meeting as we go, and I'll make a box pop up soon so you can see the live chat. All right, so there will be a bit of interruptions, but let's get into Rob's video for a start as a warmer. Rob, press play. Danny, press
The
play.
market is full with Ponzi schemes.
No shit.
The stupidest people have understood the concept and they have started
like Donald
making
Duck
money
there,
with
Rob.
it.
What'd you do?
You are
Right,
actually
see, that's some
making
other stuff
5
while I'm
to
doing
6% a day. You can maximize it to 10. You can maximize it to 20. Other people are doubling their money every single day. It is better than everything. I have a lot of money. I'm
Doubling
not
your money every
even
day.
ashamed,
Really,
but
Shavez,
The
you're full of
people
it.
in the bottom, they tend to lose.
do not complicate your brains into it. What you can make
Oh my God.
is even bigger than the false hopes.
And I literally have a very massive thing in my hand now.
Oh my
It is
God.
not a get
That's a surprise.
get rich quick thing.
Jesus, what a start. Good introduction.
Hi,
there, Rob.
everybody.
You're a bit blurry.
This
Waiting
and
for
my
this to
next
render,
two
are we?
videos are going to be the best videos that I put out on We Are All
There we
Satoshi.
go. Hard drive. Sorry, we'll just make them. When you put a new video on the internet, it
At
takes
least
about
they're going to be
45
the
minutes
most
before the high
informative
definition
and
comes through.
hopefully the
So I've
most
just
insightful.
tuned you
Now,
into
these
that.
videos are here to entertain and inform, and we want you to make an educated decision no matter what you do. We're not financial advisors, and this is not financial advice. But if someone else was in the position of what I knew, I would think that I'd want them to tell me.
We apologise for 10 minutes of blurry video.
You guys are going crazy with selling the miners.
Oh,
So
no.
the first thing is he said, we're going to go crazy with selling the miners. Now, this is interesting. This is
Now, I'm glad you didn't actually fix that video blurriness, because that happens. This is what it's like being a YouTuber. There's so many things. I'm doing this one early because I don't want to make mistakes in the one I'm doing in 45 minutes. But that happens sometimes. I thought he hadn't had high definition, but there you go. Go for it, Rob. Don't worry about the blurry face.
really encouraging, but it's not what he comes out with the following day. And this is the thing with a lot of what Shavez comes out with. It's quite inconsistent, or it's got holes on. Now, I'm not suggesting anything here about Shavez. I'm going to let you make your own mind up.
Existing affiliate model is going to be more exciting.
So he's going to take the affiliate model, which is basically where We Are All Satoshi started from, and he's going to make it more exciting. Now, a lot of people that were in the affiliate model, where there was 260 million in the marketing budget, then that somehow ran out. Nobody knows where that 260 million came from, and nobody knows how it could possibly have been exhausted down to zero. But apparently, despite the fact that there's 68% of all the income is unaccounted for, like 30% was going to go to the proof reserve, 2% to the tech person, which was Sam Lee, and then it became Chavez. Where's the other 68% going?
Rob?
We were
Hey,
assuming
Rob,
it was
you're
going
blurry.
into the
Can you straighten it
marketing
up?
budget, which would be
Rob,
paying
you've got
withdrawals
blurry face.
of that 1%
Blurry
per day
Your face.
or 2%
Blurry,
per
look at
day
mine.
if you were premium.
Blurry.
So you had your left and your right
Can't feel
leg.
my face.
Don't
Okay.
worry. All
Sure.
right, been watching my
Blurry.
earlier videos, you'll
Blurry.
know what I'm talking about. But
Blurry,
that seems to
not
have
blurry.
stopped. Now,
No one's
in
noticing.
any other scheme, that would mean that it's collapsed. But then they created this mining thing, Bitcoin 2.0 or Bitcoin 2, which was quite crazy.
I don't want to go on about the blurry face, but if it's any consolation, Rob, you don't look blurry me playing your video. You see? Eh? Fix that for you. Whoop, carry on, Rob.
Because there is actually a coin called Bitcoin 2.0 or
No
Bitcoin
way.
2,
Please
which
tell me.
many of us assumed they were talking about. It had already floated, and it was just really, really confusing. Still really confused, but instead they've actually created a different coin, which is BTCC, which is also the name of a crypto exchange. So why they couldn't call it something else, I do not know.
Yeah,
But stay tuned. There's a lot in this video.
All right.
Trying to make it more
That's
lucrative.
it.
So he's saying here that he wants to make the affiliate model, the original We Are All Satoshi, more lucrative. Now this is quite interesting because this is one of those contradictory things that he's going to say in this video.
Ooh,
So that you guys can, start making more money with the same efforts that you are putting. And
So tomorrow he's going to criticize the effort that a lot of people are putting in, yet here he's praising it. And he's saying you can make the same amount of money without putting any more effort in.
right.
He also talks about, well, this isn't about money. So, what is it? Is it about money? Is it about you're not working
money,
hard
mate.
enough,
I'm not
you're
here for any other
lazy?
thing.
What is it? It's very confusing and it doesn't clear up too much.
you guys are literally putting religious efforts, and I love that.
You're putting religious effort in, and I love that. So you'd
the
think
shit out of me,
everything was
though.
all hunky-dory and everything was going fantastic, wouldn't you?
As you continue to increase your hash power, you are basically uh,
What?
enhancing or increasing the output
No
of the
shit,
total number
Sherlock.
of machines that you have.
Now, this is where I get really
I was
confused.
confused from the very start.
Because
Rob.
it seems to be the more hash power that you have, the more power that you have as a miner. But actually, there's a set limit of coins that are able to come out. And those coins are distributed, as far as I understand, not in relation to everybody's hash power, but in relation to how many miners. So, for example, if one person has 9 miners and the only other person in the system has 1 miner, then if there's 10 coins produced, 9 will go to one person and 1 will go to the other. But that what he says, that seems to employ that if you got more hash power, there's something else. So let's just listen to it again.
As you continue to increase your hash power, you are basically uh, enhancing or increasing the output of the total number of machines that you have.
So you're basically increasing the output of the total number of machines you have, but actually, no, you're not. Now, if somebody understands what he's talking about, because how I understand it, all machines are created equal. All miners are created equal. If you've got 10 miners, you've got 10 times, but only 10 times, how much a person has who's got 1 miner. If you've got 100 miners, you've got 100 times the output of 1 miner. But if you do something else, you don't have like 100 miners on steroids or anything. Really confusing.
This is going to be a breakthrough of this whole industry, what I have in my hands.
How many times have we heard that before? This is going to be a breakthrough. This is different. This is going to revolutionize the industry. We've heard it all before.
When I was 14 years ago for the first time in network marketing.
So this is Ferda, and she's talking about basically she's been in network marketing for 14 years. 14 years! Now, these people have been around the blocks. They know, not in that way, but these people know how these industries work. They're all... they seem to be all pyramid schemes, and the people at the top are the ones who make money, and the people at the bottom don't. And it was quite interesting that Ferda was actually challenging, or seemed to be challenging, what Shavez was saying the day before about the miners market. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and have a look at my previous video where Shavez has created a miners market where people can sell their miners to other people. But the crazy thing is, Shavez has got an unlimited supply of miners, literally. He's got as many miners as he can print NFTs for, which is, I'm assuming, an infinite number. And he's going to sell them at $50. So why would anybody buy them at any more than $50? And if they did, if someone was selling them to $80 who didn't know that they could get them somewhere else for $50, man, is that ethical? It's ethical if there's a limited number of miners, but there's not. But why isn't there?
But you have to pick up the phone. You have to call the people.
We're probably going to get...
If you don't do that, and why are we not calling people?
So a lot of people have been sold on the idea of passive income, which basically means you make an investment, maybe you do a few things, maybe you tell your friends, and that's basically it. And some money comes in, like the 1% per day that We Are All Satoshi was supposed to be paying, or the 2% per day if you had done a little bit of work and got a left and a right leg. But there seems now to be a big push that you need to do more work. And if you don't need to do more work, then maybe fear's getting in the way. That's what it says. I've cut that out because this does go on quite long, but you get the drift. And remember, you can listen to the whole unedited video by going to the We Are All Satoshi channel and checking it out yourself.
product, but you have to understand the product. You don't have to explain the product.
So basically what they're saying is that you don't have to know all the ins and outs of what these products are in order to sell them, in order to encourage other people to buy, in order to encourage you getting your kickback or your rewards or whatever. Now, I don't know that I totally agree, because if I was selling something and someone was going to ask me all of the questions under the sun, I'd actually want to know the answers. I'd feel quite uncomfortable if I didn't know the answers. But one of the things that I'm seeing here is that when I go on these Zoom meetings, a lot of people don't really appear to know too much about what they've invested in, despite the fact that these meetings have been going on ad nauseum for such a long period of time. There seems to be a lot of ignorance out there. And I think it was just because people wanted passive income. Hey, I like the idea. They tell me the rewards are fine. I trust people. Here's $50. Here's a couple of $100. Away you go. Where's my 1% a day? Like 1% a day, after 100 days, you should have had your money back. So have you got your money back?
Hey, Rob, I love the way
Even if you put money into
really
mining,
focused.
people are saying, well, it still cost me $50 and I still have to pay all those little fees along the way. Have I got my $50 back?
Rob.
It is not a, what she calls, not a get rich quick thing.
Oh my God!
Oh, now
really?
this. When I was listening to this first time, I've listened to this 2 or 3 times, I got really angry, because it seems to me, the way I hear this, is that Shavez is playing dumb. He's pretending, you know, what do they call those other things, like those Ponzi schemes, like get rich quick? Is that what they're called? I think he knows full well what they're called. I think he knows full well what all of these cliches are. And I think he knows full well that many people think that We Are All Satoshi has been marketed as a get-rich-quick scheme. Otherwise, it wasn't us who suggested massive rewards. It was We Are All Satoshi who encouraged people to come in by saying that up to 2% a day. So 2% a day would basically mean that if you invested $100 and got 2% per day, then in 1 year, let me think about this, in 1 year you would be up to $700. So that's what, 700%. Now, who would call that not a get-rich-quick scheme? But of course that hasn't happened. So We Are All Satoshi is one of these get-rich-quick schemes that he's talking about, which hasn't delivered yet.
And when you will understand the synergy, you will visualize that you are actually making 5 to 6% a day.
Oh my God!
What? So we
Jesus,
just said that
man.
those claims of 2% a day were crazy, and it would be 700% per annum, and that would be a get rich quick. But now he's talking about, well, you should be getting 5 to 6% per day, presumably through mining. But of course, that's just not happening at all.
You can maximize it to 10, you can maximize it to 20. Other people who know how to make money with it are already are doubling their money every single day.
Oh my God. So
It gets better.
First off, 1 to 2% a day.
That's
that fell
incredible.
over. Okay. Then he's talking about 5 to 6% a day. This is on the same meeting, ladies and gentlemen. Now he's talking about 10 to 20%. Now he's talking about doubling your money.
It just gets better and better.
Doubling your money per day.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God! It can't even. My brain can't even fathom what percentage that would be per annum. But he's saying this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not like all those other fly-by-night schemes.
And I have examples. I have people who have provided me the testimonies that they have double, tripled.
So there's people that have said, hey, look at this, look at this. But go and have a look at yourself. How are you doing? Have you earned 1 or 2% a day? Have you earned 100% per day? what have you actually earned? And come down and tell people, put your comments in the comment section below, because there's other people out there listening to this
Yeah, with their mouths open. Oh,
that are going to put their money into this if you don't say anything. And they're going to encounter what you've encountered. So what's reality so far? What is reality? How much total money did you put in? Because I think you had to pay a subscription, and then you would have had to have bought your mine, and there's probably other things I don't know about. But you would have had to have done that. How have you done? How much money have you taken out so far?
It is better than everything. I mean, the market is full with Ponzi schemes out there.
Sherlock.
It's raining. The whole market is, full. It's flooded with ROI programs, with
Hey, come
Ponzi schemes,
help me out then,
with
Shavez.
all
Let's
shitty
fight these
MLMs.
together.
With all shitty MLMs. Now, what do you think they're saying? So if you went onto a call today, if you went onto a meeting today, and someone said, hey, you can double your money in just one day, or you could get 10 to 20% return per day, or 5 to 6% return per day, or even 1% or 2% return per day. You'd think it was a get-rich-quick scheme, a Ponzi, and utter bullshit. That's what
Crazy,
you would think, isn't it? Shavez is just saying, well, that's all possible, and we are all Satoshi. Is it true?
No,
Tell me if it's true.
No,
Shavez,
it's not true, Rob.
Shavez,
Not true.
how much have you made?
He
How
won't
much
tell
have you made?
He's a billionaire, conzillionaire.
That would be interesting.
What you can make is even bigger than the false hopes that they give you, and they just take your money. And I mean, the people at the top, they get paid always, which is a tradition.
So do you think he's different to the Ponzi schemes that he's running down? Or do you think his statements, the last few statements, are
Pick me, I'll tell you.
basically the same or
It's
even
the same.
more
It's
bizarre
exactly the same.
than the schemes that he's running down? Particularly taking into account, ladies and gentlemen, that, and I'll just actually touch my screen to make sure that I'm being focused on.
You are now, Rob.
So,
Microphone's blurry though.
just in case you don't know, the state of California had an investigation into Sam Lee and We Are All Satoshi. And I'm going to include a link on that. It's quite hard to find. I think you've got to Google something like California government Ponzi scheme, We Are All Satoshi, Sam Lee, and it might come up. And that letter that was sent, which is a desist and refrain letter, basically says that We Are All Satoshi is not welcome in California. And I think it means that if you're promoting it, or if any of your promotions reach California, that you're actually in breach of their law. But some expert might need to tell us that. Interestingly, Danny DeHeck was on one of the live Zoom meetings literally today and said about that from the state of California. No one said anything and he got cut off. You would think people would want to know if the state of California is saying, hey guys, you're actually breaking the law. You would think they'd want to know.
You would think that.
But actually, there seems to be a lot of lack of transparency and censorship going on because I, for one, I've dropped a few comments on the online Zoom meetings, the YouTube live meetings, and I don't think any of my comments now show up. I think they've blocked me somehow. And I've just been saying what the truth is out there. Hey, have you gone and had a look at this letter from the state of California? I'd want to know, wouldn't you?
The people in the bottom, they tend to lose. But here, no one is different. No one. Everyone is equal in the product side.
So he's basically saying is that there's no leaders. Well, they talk about leaders all the time. that everybody's equal. But there's like Shavez, there was Sam Lee, there were the leaders, there were those people who went to Dubai. Maybe anybody could go to Dubai. That was a few weeks ago. There's the people who run the Zooms, who are the trainers, who are supposedly the knowledgeable ones. It doesn't seem that everybody's equal. Seems that some people have completely lost, have run into so many problems, and later on they get called lazy as well. So do you think everybody's equal, or do you think there's a few people at the top who are probably doing pretty well?
And if your people cannot see the vision or the method to
Vision.
cash out the upside every single day with BTCC, bring them to the training.
So he's basically saying that you should be able to trade with your miners. That's basically what he's saying. And he gets into that later. And of course, my subsequent videos after today will go into that in great detail. So I did say the other day that today, or maybe even last night, I was going to show why I think there's a few major problems. Now, I've got a whiteboard just there.
Ooh, I like
that
whiteboards.
is loaded with stuff that I had put down really clearly. I'm not going to show that today, but that'll probably be my next video, maybe my second to next video, I'm not too sure. But that's coming up, and you do not want to miss that. You really do not want to miss that. And you don't want to miss what's coming up on here either. So let's get on with what's on here.
Today I went on calls, and some calls were really very good, enthusiastic, people understood, and some calls were really disappointing. People don't know because they were not present, probably because the...
So he's basically saying those calls, sometimes when he's talking about calls, he's talking about with these supposed outside leaders and organisations. But on this one, he's talking about the people that are subscribed to We Are All Satoshi, who are completely bloody lost. And I think he's starting to get some pushback. Some people who are getting a little bit frustrated that they haven't got things like the NFTs, they haven't got their miners, they're running into problems, they're getting errors in the software, etc., etc., etc. They don't know how to bridge, blah. And one of my questions is that why hasn't all this stuff been laid out? When you go to that presentation that they reel off every day, why for the life of me you'd do that?
So just saying, we've got another meeting that's going to be starting around about 25 minutes, and we will keep this going to about 12:30 New Zealand time, and then we're starting another meeting. So you're more welcome to hang around or join in the Zoom meeting, and then we'll start the other meeting. This is just a precursor just to get us going, to make sure I've got my tech right, and I thought I'd play Rob's video along the way in case you're wondering what we're doing. So if you go back to my YouTube channel and click on lives, you'll see I've got one queued up there, and we're going to be having a deeper look at a guy that's theoretically absconded $87 million away. So this is just a precursor, and who else? Hopefully Rob will be in our next meeting as well. Back to you, Rob.
Do not know. Like, you're preaching to the converted. What's that all about? But that half hour or so presentation just comes out. But the graphics are really well done. Why haven't they created those graphics for the training so that people don't have to come on these meetings at all and can just go through and work it out? It's like a lot of unnecessary labour. And I think that some of the volunteers kind of get off on that because it gives them a sense of importance, fair enough, and they're helping other people, fair enough as well. But if this was organised well, why would you need it?
Only people who were very
point, Rob.
patient, they believed in the
Good point.
process,
Wow,
they were there and they understand, and they are now making upside. But what about rest of them? We cannot leave behind the lazy people.
Leave behind the lazy people. And of course, he's making it out as if there's lazy people who aren't making any money, and there's the non-lazy people, and they're all making upsides or profit everywhere else. But is that true? Is that actually true? Are you making a profit? No. Like, I know that beef fuel is getting so high that some people can't even afford to harvest their coin, but we talked about that later on.
Now we have the responsibility to take care of the people who are lazy. They did not understand the concept.
They're lazy because they're lazy and they did not understand the concept. I've been listening to this. I've got a degree. I'm pretty bright. I think I'm pretty bright. I'm definitely not stupid. I can be lazy at times, but even I can't follow half of this stuff. When you're talking in jargon, and there's a lot of jargon in crypto, it can be very difficult. But if I can't see it, and you're not walked through, and I'm not talking about just showing MetaMask or the DApp or anything, but if you can't actually show the concept, like Shavez grabbing some kind of a tablet with a stylus and doing all these squiggles down, that's not training, that's laziness. Go and create a decent PowerPoint and do it properly, and do it with decent figures as well, not pie in the sky figures. But if you want people to understand, and you've gone through weeks and weeks and weeks and they're not understanding, well, you obviously, what do they say? If the student's not learning, the teacher's not teaching.
Wow.
Putting money into bee fuel.
Powerful.
Why do you harvest?
Powerful,
Why
right?
you should harvest? You think bee fuel is so high? Yes, someone is typing in the chat. Bee fuel is so high. Yes, it has to be high.
Oh my goodness! Don't get
Yes.
upset, Rob.
It is not a cheap asset to mine. I manifest
Oh,
that it should be
defensive.
$10,000. Every BTCC, the cost of mining should be $10,000 so that you can visualize BTCC.
Oh my God! Really?
$11,000, $12,000.
Well, I hope you. Yeah.
And this is one of my pet peeves on all this.
It's everyone's pet peeve, Rob. That was amazing. So he got really defensive. Hey, as Rob said just a few minutes ago, I was on their Zoom meeting this morning, and this was a laugh. So that's me in the car driving to work, right? And she acknowledges
Can you
me.
unmute?
She's
Okay.
get ready to have a good laugh.
Alrighty.
I'll just get rid of this tablet, iPad.
Hi, D. Okay.
Dear,
How are you? D.
The lady must be mental, I think. Anyway, she's reaching out to me, and the reason I didn't say hello is because
Medhani?
I forgot that my name was actually D.
Can I help you?
Because I stole somebody else's identity. I'll just get this right.
Okay.
But anyway, I'll speed it up to the part where I get to talk because I want to go back to Rob's thing. So that's me driving to work,
Everybody's popping all over
listening
the place.
in. I've got the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger
Rose?
I'm fine.
background. And then, and remember Shavez said a wee while ago that I don't have respect for women? Well, let me prove that wrong. Where is she going? Okay, we're going to be live in a minute. Hope you find this funny.
Now be careful because you just have to press on that join, okay?
She's answering other people's questions, and I'm waiting my turn. And I think it's about now.
Be careful. And I'm sending you there, and you should get an invitation, and all you have to do is press join.
Okay.
All
Okay?
right.
There you go.
Thanks.
All right, I think
You're
I'm-
very welcome, my dear Steak. Be careful.
This was this morning.
Okay. Isabel, please unmute and tell me how I can help you. Oh,
Isabel's
D,
not
there
there.
you are. Okay. D, give me 2 seconds.
Okay. Do I look like a D?
Go ahead, D. You're driving too, huh?
Yeah, no, I am. Thank you. Oh, you're
Uh-huh.
looking lovely today.
Thank you. So are you.
Hey, I just got a PDF from the state of California saying that We Are Satoshi is has got a cease and desist order. Are you familiar with that document?
No, I'm not. That PDF. And since you're driving, you probably can't share it, huh?
No, but it's if you go to the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avengers YouTube channel, it's in his community area, and you can read all about how the state of California has issued a cease and desist for We Are All Satoshi because of their illegal Ponzi scheme. Have a look; it's really informative.
Is crypto where?
The Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger YouTube channel.
Avenger.
Yep, that's
Now, I couldn't believe it. She was asking me to repeat this stuff. Now, this is in front of, I think, 400 or 500 people. I'm not exactly sure. So she's asked him this question the other day. Oh, I explained what happened the other day to her to see if I can get a reaction from her.
To me,
That's
and you
you?
go to the YouTube channel. Yeah, that's right. How you doing?
Oh, you run the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger?
Yep, website,
That's Danny.
YouTube channel. I've done over 500 videos exposing Sam Lee and his fraudulent activities.
Okay.
And I think
Are
we've got one of you on there with a man that undressed himself and went and had a shower and come back and got himself redressed in front of the camera.
Oh wow.
Did you see that? Yeah, that was
No.
really awesome. But the
That's
state of
Danny.
California have issued it's me, Danny DeHeck. How you going?
Okay.
You got to kick me out now? Or don't you care that the state of California has issued a cease and desist order for We Are All Satoshi? You don't care? It's a 6-page document.
Oh my God. Anyway, that's on their meeting this morning. Bit of a laugh because you think about this. I mean, here I am telling them that they've got a cease and desist order from the state of California. And I've literally been speaking to a lawyer who wants to prosecute people who are promoting it. He was quite surprised. For some reason, he thought everyone was operating this out of Dubai. I said, no, it's worldwide. So, yeah, a bit of a laugh. But anyway, they just carried on. No one acknowledged the fact that there's an order out there for cease and desist, which means that people could literally get locked up for promoting it. So I just had to share that with you. That was this morning, as Rob alluded to. But back to Rob, we've got another probably 10 minutes before we'll finish this, and then we'll get ready for our next meeting. I am testing my audio gear. Somebody just said I've got a bit of lag. Now, the reason that might be, and I'd be interested to know if it changes in a few minutes, is because that was a video that I was playing on top of and I've got Zoom open at the moment. So I've got a lot of resources going on my poor little computer. So if it's absolutely shocking, I don't know if I'm breaking up when I'm moving or whether it's just my voice, but any feedback would be good, and I'll see if I can get it right for our next meeting. So I appreciate that. Okay, Rob. Back to you. Rob, speak.
This thing about B fuel, you're supposed to be following Bitcoin to the T. That's what that marketing funnel says. We are following Bitcoin to the T. Can't remember the exact words, but I do know they say to the T on that. But you're actually not, because there's no such thing as B fuel in Bitcoin. There's no such thing as massive harvesting costs in Bitcoin. So what is this? It seems to be some...
All right, we've got a few problems with the hissing noise. Now, the other day I did this. That means the microphone on the computer was actually a problem. So that would be right. I'm just going to put everyone on mute. If you could put yourself mute in the, what do you call it? In the chat room, I'd appreciate it. Stop chat. What have we got? I don't even know how to work this. Stop video, stop chat. Yeah, just I want to try some things. So this meeting is actually, this live is more about getting my audio gear correct. So I'm just going to get rid of a bit of stuff that's chewing up a bit of my resources. And then I will get back into it in a second with Rob's video. Now, what was I going to do? Something interesting. I was going to, figure out where my sound's coming from. You're on mute, sorry, mate. I can't. I'm running 2 meetings at the same time, and I can't hear you. No, so I'm just going to go into my sound and have a wee listen and make sure that sound is working. And this will be lagged, probably by about 20 seconds. So let's have a hope. Right, sound. I'm going to turn that. So that should kick that one back into life. Out sound. Hopefully that speakers. Boom. All right, so that's me playing around with the sound. For the lagging, that is not sure about the thinking you might need upgrade. I'll tell Microsoft, I'll tell Apple to bring me out a new computer that I can upgrade, because they don't. I use Apple. It is because I'm running a Zoom meeting in the background at the same time. And also I'm filming, and I'm just playing around with a couple of other settings. So I'm just going to get rid of a few things. I'll just see what else I can shut down. I'll shut down that. And I'm more interested to know whether this microphone is actually working. Does that sound like I'm tapping? Does this sound really bassy, or does it sound tinny? And what I might do is I think I know what might be causing it. I'm going to drag that over here. And I reckon that alone is going to be bringing it up. I did something the other day, and I think I upgraded the operating system for the computer, and since then it's caused a few havocs. So it's cool. And we're, thanks Danny. Right, okay, we're just going to get you guys to mute yourselves as you come in if you don't mind. I don't know actually how to do it. This is not the actual meeting. I'll keep the Zoom going for the next meeting. But what I want to do is I'm just trying to get my audio gear ready. I'm doing a live one. I'm going to let Rob play in the background. We won't be playing the video in the background when we do our next Zoom. So that will give me more resources. Just going to put that Rob video there. And I'll just get that stuff there. Alrighty, you carry on for a bit, Rob. Thanks, guys. Oh, where's he gone? Ah, that might have fixed the problem. Now I need to fix the problem. That might have identified what the problem is. 1 second, please, call up. Here we go. Sound. Aha. Okay.
Takes owner of it. And when you're harvesting here and you're selling there, where did that extra money come from? That upside or that profit, where did that come from?
Have a listen, eh?
Like, this is a closed system, which means for someone to have profited, someone else had to have lost an equal amount of money.
Let me have a listen.
So that's not being explained at all. But Shavez, you surely watched enough of these videos. Someone must have told you about these videos. Come on board and answer some of my questions. If you want to be interviewed, I'd love to interview you, because I think it would go a long way to achieving what you want to achieve, what you're saying you want to achieve, and go a long way to having everybody educated.
Right? It is not a cheap asset to mine. Mining one Bitcoin costs you around $18,000 to $19,000 right now.
Now that is not true, because when Bitcoin started, it was being mined with Core 2 Duo or Core, what do they call them? A dual core or Core 2 Duo computers, which compared to the computers today are incredibly weak. And the chips that were on those old computers are way less efficient as the ones today.
Zoom meeting.
And that was like right at the start. Yeah, it may have changed now.
Before we start the real meeting, and that's why we're having a bit of teething problems here. I do this every day, believe it or not.
Because everything's got so more complex. But we're right at the start of BTCC. It's only been going for a few weeks, and it's supposed to be going for years. Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin started in 2009, and so that's 14 years ago that it started. We've only been going a few weeks. We're way off the first year. So why is B fuel? Where does it come from? There was no such cost. And we can prove that because people were selling. The first transaction was 5,050 Bitcoins for about $5.20 on PayPal in 2009. And it took a good 2 years until the price of Bitcoin raised up to be equal $1. We're being made to believe that BTCC is worth like $40 now. 40 times the level of where Bitcoin took 2 years to rise to. And it took 2 years to rise to that because that's what people that general people thought it was worth. So in this closed system, it's not general people that think that BTCC is worth $40. It's just what's coming up that some algorithm or formula or whatever seems to be saying it's worth. But what's behind it? Could you take one BTCC and go and buy something for $40? Could you? Do you know anyone who would take it?
No.
What do you think the person next door thinks that BTCC is worth?
Really different. It is something beyond the imagination of even the experts in the crypto.
So this is where Shavez has seemed to have been the victim of his own publicity or even the praise of people in the community, right? They've talked him up so much and, hey, look, for all I know, maybe he's done a great job in there, maybe he's come up with new things, but he's actually saying here is that people who are experts in this crypto industry are praising him. Are they? What, has nobody done what he's done? How come? How come? Because there's like the whole world is a potential community, but nobody else has come up with it.
This is one money stream.
Just thanks for your patience, guys. I'm not sure if the live has
So-
actually stopped or not.
You are selling the miners, you're making money.
So he goes on now to trying to explain where the money streams are. And basically what he says right at the start is that, and I'll have to look up here because I edited that in the wrong place, and I said I just want to do this in one foul swoop. So you join We Are All Satoshi, and you can encourage other people to buy miners, and you get 5%. They pay $50 for the miner. 5% goes to you as a kind of referral bonus, reward or kickback, whatever it is. Where does the other 95% go?
Right, thanks Rob, you were awesome. That video is praised. We only got halfway through that video, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to navigate, if you haven't checked out Rob's YouTube channel, he's just started doing a lot of videos for We Are All Satoshi. He's a good mate of mine. I've known Rob for probably getting on 10 years. He's a professional stutterer. He's overcome stuttering and he's done a bloody good job of it. You would never know he was a stutterer. If you go to his YouTube channel and check out some of the information on stuttering, you just wouldn't believe where he's come from with his stuttering journey. If you're struggling to find Rob's videos, you can actually go to view the channels, view my channel, and on the homepage of my YouTube channel I actually have a dedicated playlist for all Rob's content, and I've actually nicknamed, he didn't come up with it, I did, the Crypto Sage of Critical Thinking, so it's bloody good. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to actually, I don't even think this live is actually going anymore, something went wrong, and I'm probably going to need, I've got a meeting that's going to start in about 4 minutes, so I've got people coming into the Zoom, which is awesome, that's very good, and hopefully Anne is in there as a guest. And we will finish this meeting off. Now, if you want to watch this video, you need to go down to the Crypto Sage of Critical Thinking, and you can double your money daily. That's what Shavez, and that's the Ponzi scheme, We Are All Satoshi. Now, the guy that we're going to be doing next is this guy here. And I put together, went through, found a whole lot of videos of him, and I don't really know much about this. I've got a lady called Anne who's told me a lot about. Is it Jeslam? Jeslam. It's got Sam in his name. Oh my goodness, we've been fighting Sam Lee all this time. But anyway, I've actually invited him to come and talk today. I actually got his cell phone number. If you go into the description of the next live I'm going to do, so if you went to my live section of my YouTube channel, you will see that we're about to go live with a meeting. We might be running a bit late, but not too late. We just want to get started. So if you go to this video here, and I will bring this up in the chat room, you will see there's no internet. What the hell is happening here? All right, so I'm going to stop this live and figure out what's going wrong with the computer. Something's not going very good. I think I'm using too much bandwidth. I'm on the right internet. I do not know what's going on. It's just something's been a bit naughty today. So anyway, let's carry on. So we're going to, as I always say, I'm Danny DeHeck, the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Got that nickname for being in the New York Times. Woo, it's my claim to fame. But since then, I've been on radio, New Zealand. I've